I've looked at many types of VHS horror series, but one I've yet to cover is the Disney Treasure Island genre. Now, if you don't know, the game was inspired by a creepypasta titled Abandoned by Disney, which was a popular FNAF-inspired game, which is also kind of creepy. It's a real-life place, formerly known as Discovery Island. Some people have stepped foot on the island and looked like a place that was lost and stuck in the 90s. Its eerie silence, a place where thousands of people would visit, now sits alone and abandoned. Well, in today's video, I've come across some Disney VHS horror videos that I wanted to go over and break down, so without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Hot dog! For the first tape we have, it's The Abandoned Discovery Island by Wiley X Animation. The video opens up with some footage from the island with the date of April 8th, 1974. Some more footage is shown of the island itself, including the birds that live there, the forest trees, people walking around. As the video continues, it glitches to a creepy Mickey Mouse face with blood all over his face. Then once again it cuts, but this time we return to some POV footage of someone canoeing to the island with the date of September 9th, 2002. The person gets off the canoe and walks onto the island, abandoned. He spots some buildings and a bloody handprint on the door. Being the genius that he is, he walks right through it and enters a cold, silent building. As he explores the inside, he spots a decapitated Goofy head on the floor. Venturing further into the darkness, he goes and sees a withered body of Oswald. Not that shocked, he moves on to another area, this time encountering the head of Donald Duck and the body of photo-negative Mickey. He looks to the door and hears a faint, "Hey." Turning around now, Mickey, standing upright, looks right at him. He freaks out and runs. Disturbing laughter is heard. The man hides in the darkness, and Mickey says, "Want to see my head come off?" The man turns on the lights to reveal a headless Goofy. He escapes the area and hides in the woods from the creatures. He's spotted by Goofy and runs over the bridge. As he's looking down into a pothole, he's attacked by Minnie, and he wakes up in Pirates Caverns. He finds a way out and is chased by Oswald. He gets away, entering a backrooms type of area. Just as he thinks everything is fine, he turns around to a melted down version of Pluto. He hides from them and makes a run for the exit. Finally, walking into a very dark tunnel, he encounters Mickey, who runs at him and kills the man. You know, I actually really like this tape. It showed off the abandoned buildings and the eerie quietness of the night. And also, the date on the bottom tells us that this tape takes place over 28 years later after the commercial we saw for the island itself. I like how he included the "want to see my head come off" part. Overall, this was a cool tape. Let's move on to Abandoned by Disney, found footage created by Evan Animes. The tape begins with someone walking down a wooded path. They continue to go further along, coming across a sign that reads "Abandoned by Disney." Now inside the facility, we see a nasty kitchen with trash and dirty dishes everywhere. In a very creepy hallway now, we can hear some distinct whispers as the man walks down. I don't even think he seems to notice. It's unclear as to what they're saying. Now in an office area, the static on the camera gets more intense. He reads a message on a whiteboard that reads, "Good employees quit when management is bad, and bad employees quit when management is good." Now entering the character prep room, he comes face to face with photo-negative Mickey, who asks him if he wants to see his head come off, then violently begins to rip off his own head, ending the tape. You know, what I really liked about this one was how it showed real-world footage. I liked how it felt like a point-and-click type of game. The subtle details of the video started getting worse over time as he got closer to photo-negative Mickey was a really nice touch. I like this one. Let's move on to Eric.mp4. Created by Squeaks. Now, if he sounds familiar, I looked at the VHS videos in the past, and he's also the creator of Shipwrecked 64, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, the video begins with a man's picture whose name is Eric. The video then tells us that Eric was a janitor who worked at Discovery Island, but has been missing since December 10th, 1994. The investigators then discovered a camera that Eric used to film his shift. We cut to that footage. We cut to a very dark area that seems to be underground. Some mannequins are seen as Eric records a TV. He goes back and forth filming the map to Discovery Island. Now in a room with a lot of boxes, a creepy melody is played in the background. The tape cuts to a white silhouette of Mickey Mouse. We hear some disturbing groans and moans. The tape cuts once again to Eric filming a poster, a Steamboat Willie one, but he's killed by a withered version of Mickey. I enjoyed this tape. I like how it focused on a missing person, and in my opinion, the disturbing screams and weird noises we hear during Mickey's scene is the screams of Eric. Mickey waving at us is a form of distraction, like, hey, focus on me, don't mind the screams of agony you hear behind me. Also, that last shot of Mickey jump scared me and got me pretty well. That's all I found in this one. Let me know what you guys think. Let's move on to Treasure Island, a VHS video created by Nobody Just a Loser. Come on, don't say that, you have an impressive channel. Anyway, the video begins with some footage from Steamboat Willie in the iconic scene of him whistling as he maneuvers the steamboat. The tape glitches to a photo-negative Mickey face, then it returns to some ad for Disneyland. Once again we see a photo of negative Mickey. The screen cuts to one final time, to They forgot us. We are nothing more than dead memories, abandoned to our fate. If anyone can hear us, help us. Now this was a really cool tape. I liked how it started off nice and dandy and was corrupted over time. In my opinion, I think this deserves way more views and attention. I like the visual photo negative Mickey at the end too. I hope one day they return to this project and make it to a full series, because there's a lot of potential here. Speaking of serious potential, let's move on to the final tape in this video. Finally, it's Descent: The Lost Kingdom, a tape created by Slippy Nuggets. This one is a loosely inspired Treasure Island tape, but also being its own original story. The tape begins with a man walking through the forest, which really looks similar to Slender Man. He continues and reaches a fence. Jumping over it, he arrives at a costume factory. Now inside, we see the heads of Goofy, Mickey, and Donald Duck. As he continues to search the place, we can feel the eeriness of the night. Reaching an elevator, he takes it down into the basement of the costume shop. He reads a sign that points him towards Main Street. He follows it and ends up at a very creepy version of Main Street that resembles and reminds me of the backrooms. I really like how this part of the tape looks, the lighting, the darkness, and just how creepy it feels. As he's looking around, he hears a noise in the distance. Some lights go on and music begins to play. He follows the music, which leads him to the Lost Kingdom. And now in the Lost Kingdom, a phone begins to ring. He answers it, and on the other end is a Disney security officer who tells him that he isn't supposed to be down there. He also warns him to leave the area unless he wants to be stuck down there forever. He makes a deal with the man, telling him that he'll let him go if he finds some valuables down there. The two make a deal, but in the back we can see Mickey's ears listening to the conversation and leave before he's spotted. Continuing his journey deeper into Main Street, he decides to go on the Willy Wild boat ride. Now aboard, loud music begins to blare as an animatronic, a Steamboat Willie, comes out alive, and along with Goofy and Donald. This is a very cool visual. It reminds me of the time when I went to Disney, but just not as creepy. Deeper into the ride, we get some more glimpses of characters and sets as he rides into the darkness, ending the tape. Now, this is just tape 1 of an ongoing series. I mean, this is brand new. I'm really interested to see where this goes. There is so much potential for this to be one of the best Disney VHS series in a long time. A lot of questions are still up there, like what type of valuables will he find? It's obvious he's not alone down there, and just how big is this entire facility? Although there weren't any jump scares in this one, it was still creepy to me. I mean, the atmosphere, the way it looked, you just know that it was wrong. Because when we see Disney and think about Disney, there's always thousands of people. But when it's quiet, dark, and silent, oof, that's pretty scary. I'm excited to see what happens in episode 2. Disney VHS videos are some you don't really see as often. I hope that this gets more attention and people start to make their own projects, like with FNAF VHS. I would like to see a horror series based on the epic Mickey series. That would be awesome. I really enjoyed looking at these Disney VHS tapes. Disney, if you're watching this, it's all under good fun. This is not, let me say this again, this is not a representation of your brand. You know, just gotta make sure I'm good with the mouse. And hopefully he doesn't come after me. Let me know down below what you guys thought and what's your favorite tape. Personally, I really enjoyed The Lost Kingdom. Of course, all original videos are linked down below, so go check them out. Also, thank you so much for the huge support on my channel. It means the world. It really does. Thank you so much. So please consider checking out some of my other videos. Like and subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.